Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to RB Hardware. In today's video, I'm gonna talk about your next $506 budget gaming PC that you can actually build right now, ready for 2022. Now in today's video, I'm gonna show you all the component choices as well as gaming benchmarks so you get a good idea how this PC performs and over 22 of some of the most popular and requested games by you guys. Now for the latest and best PC pricing of each PC part, have a look in the description where you find every item listed. Let's start with the processor, and before you freak out, yes, AMD actually used to dominate in this field. However, lately Intel has actually catched up both in price and performance, and for this build I have selected the Core i3-10100F. This is Intel's entry-level 10th Gen 4-core 8-thread processor with a 3.6 GHz base clock and 4.3 turbo. Now this processor is locked, but it shouldn't be considered a deal breaker. Thanks to Intel's well-matured 40nm redefined Skylake architecture and its high clock speed and core count, the processor is actually capable of running most AAA titles with pretty good result. Now as we can see, the 10100 is very compelling for being just 4 cores with performance between the Zen 2 based 6-core 3600 and the 3300X as well as the 1600AF. Now all of these processors are great, but because Intel recently dropped the price on the Core i3 down to just $92, makes it one of the best performing budget 4-core processors on the market. And to make things even greater guys, yes, the CPU comes bundled with a pretty okay cooler as well. With that said, let's move on to the motherboard, and for this one I'm picking the Gigabyte B560M DS3H for $89. Now I haven't actually tested this particular board, but I have been using the AMD based B550M variant in many of my past PC builds with great success. The DS3H offers pretty much everything you could ask for, 4 DIMM slots and dual channel support for best possible performance, plus plenty of USB. As a bonus, there is also an upgrade path to Intel's 11th Gen CPUs with this particular motherboard. If you're getting any value out of the video and you want to see videos more often, please smash the like button, subscribe and turn on the notifications bell so you know exactly when new content is released. Let's move on to system RAM. Now because the way that the Core i3 operates, picking up a fast RAM kit will result in higher and smoother gameplay. Therefore I'm gonna go with this 16GB dual channel 3200MHz CL16 kit. This is one of the cheapest, fast performing RAM kits available on the market at just $58. Moving on to storage, here I'm picking the Samsung 980 500GB SSD. This is a super snappy M.2 for just $50. Let's then move on to the graphics card, and with a total budget of the entire PC build of about $500, it leaves us with about $100 over for our graphics card, and for that you can actually get a GTX 970 from eBay or possibly even a 1060 6GB variant on the secondary market, depending how much you're actually willing to spend. Now looking at the performance, despite its 7-year-old lifespan, there is still plenty of performance in the GTX 970 from Nvidia. As long as you keep your favorite game at 1080p medium settings, you can expect roughly around 60 FPS in most cases. For example, Forza Horizon 5 delivers respectable framerate, still looking good at 1080p medium settings. Doom Eternal runs great on the 970, as well as Age of Empires 4, and here I am settling for 1080p low settings. As we can see, running great on the 970. And looking at the rest of the games tested, the 970 shows solid numbers in pretty much all games tested. In the end of the day, if you can live with playing your favorite game at medium settings, I can guarantee you that you're gonna be pleased with the performance you can get out of this 7-year-old GPU. Obviously, if you decide to pull the trigger on a GTX 1060, you can expect even higher numbers than this. Well, next up we got power supply, and for this kind of build, including a slightly older mid-range GPU, a 500 watt power supply is more than enough. Now 500 watt actually allows you to pop in an RX 6600 or even an RTX 2060 GPU and enjoy ray tracing later down the road if you feel like. Now 80 plus bronze efficiency certification is always nice, and I'm happy that this particular one actually meets my requirements, and it's also coming from a quality brand like EVGA, which is nice to see. Let's move on to the final component, my case choice, and for this one I decided to go with this chassis with great cooling and airflow, which will give all your PC component all the necessary airflow needed for a nice and cool GPU and CPU operation. Now this $70 case from Mustech basically ticks all those boxes. It comes with plenty of fans, as well as a mesh front and tempered glass side window. If you are unable to find this case in your region, I highly recommend taking a look at the Cooler Master MB320L as a potential option as well. Keep in mind though guys, for the RGB to fully work, I recommend an ARGB controller, and you find this linked up down below. With all that being said, here is what the final part list is looking like. Every item can be found down below. Now if you're looking for a complete step-by-step guide how to put an entire PC build like this together, I have a video linked up down below where I'm using the Cooler Master case actually. Now this video took a lot of time to complete, so please guys leave a like or a dislike, make sure to subscribe. Thank you so much for all the love. I cannot wait to show you guys my upcoming PC build. Thank you so much for watching.